Hey, my loves, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Secret Manifestor, and today we are diving into another round of your juicy questions. Before we start, if you're into all things manifestation, mindset, and stepping into your power, you already know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss anything. Let's get into it. 1. What's the best way to deal with the 3D when it's unfavorable? You don't deal with it. You deny it mentally and decide what's real for you. Unfavorable. 3D is not a final result. It's just a reflection of old thoughts. So your job is not to react. Your job is to hold the new story. If you react, you recreate. If you assume, you dominate. Thucker 2. What happens when you revise or create a new version of your SP? Is this a different person now? Not a different person, just a different version. Think of it like this. Everyone in your life is a mirror. When you change the lens, your assumptions, the reflection changes. That's not someone else showing up. That's the same person showing up differently because you changed. So, yes, it can feel like a brand new version of them, but that's exactly the point. 3. I'm almost 30, tired of dating apps, haven't been in a relationship since my ex, and I never go out. I feel stuck. You're not late. You're not stuck. You're not cursed. You're just letting the 3D talk louder than your decision. You meet your dream partner by becoming the version of you who already has him, not by swiping while annoyed or affirming from desperation. And if you never go out, doesn't matter. Love doesn't need logistics. It needs decision. 4. My parents are pressuring me to get married because I'm getting older. What do? You affirm the opposite. Your age is not a deadline. It's not a problem. It's not a threat. Your family's fear has nothing to do with your truth. You weren't born to settle just to make other people comfortable. You choose marriage because it's right, not because it's rushed. Let them panic if they want. You can choose to stay in your power. 5. If I don't see movement or results, do I keep persisting? Yes. And I want you to write this down. Lack of evidence is not lack of progress. If you're baking a cake and it's in the oven, do you rip it out every 5 minutes to check if it's done? No. You trust the process. Same here. Persist until it's unreasonable and impossible for reality to stay the same. 6. I'm scared of being cheated on. I always check guys' phones because it's happened before. What can I affirm? First, this fear is a trauma response, not your truth. Affirm, I am safe in love. My partners are loyal, transparent, and obsessed with me. What happened before has no power over me now. You're not doomed to repeat the past, unless you assume it's who you still are. You get to decide it's different now. 7. How do I manifest that my marriage lasts forever? Simple. You assume that it does. Affirm, my marriage is built on unconditional love and it lasts forever. I married the love of my life and our love only gets better. It lasts forever because you said so. 8. Am I being stubborn for only wanting a tall, blue-eyed British guy with an accent? I feel like I'm losing hope. You're not stubborn, you're specific. And that's fine. What isn't fine is mixing a specific desire with a hopeless story. You can want the tall, blue-eyed British dreamboat, but you can't also say, I'm scared I'll die alone. Pick a lane. 9. I've been affirming 3 times a day for 15 minutes and still not seeing results. What now? First things first. You're not seeing results because you keep affirming that you're not seeing results. Why not affirm, I always see results? Second, and I say this with love, if you're not seeing anything shift, it's because your mind hasn't shifted. Just like Neville said, you have to crowd out all other ideas. If 51% of your thoughts are still doubting, still complaining, still waiting, you're not in the state. You haven't tipped the scale. So ask yourself, are you going to keep persisting or keep repeating the story that it's not working? One gets you results. The other keeps you stuck. Decide. 10. How do I heal my trust issues if I've been lied to and cheated on over and over again? How do I make sure it doesn't happen again? You stop using your past as proof of what's possible. If you keep assuming love equals betrayal, guess what you're going to keep living? It's not about them. It's about your story. Affirm, I am loved honestly, purely, and faithfully. I only attract partners who honor me and protect our connection. And don't just say it. Choose it. Embody it. Persist in it. This is how you break the pattern, not by watching their every move, but by changing the one thing that controls it all, your dominant assumption. Xoxo. 11. I feel stuck even though I do the list challenge and affirm 3 times a day. What am I doing wrong? You're doing the work, but you're panicking through it. If you don't see results, it's because the new story isn't dominant in your mind yet. Your 3D is just a mirror. It only shows you what you think most often. So if you don't like what you see, don't spiral. Shift your thoughts. That's when results show up. 12. I only have sex with the lights off. How can I be so confident in my body? I hate my stomach. Confidence isn't about your stomach. It's about your story. Affirm, I'm sexy exactly as I am. I feel confident, naked, period. Your body responds to your assumptions. Speak to it with love, not shame. 13. Any tips for overthinking about taking action? Also, what are some general states to live in to improve life overall? Overthinking is fear pretending to be helpful. If the action is coming from panic, don't do it. If the action is coming from peace or knowing, go for it. 14. Hey, you know that famous Liz Wizard person has been cheated on? She talks about the law of assumption too. I'm confused. I have no idea what you're talking about. And honestly, don't let someone else's life make you question what's possible in your own. You get what you assume. Period. 15. How do I manifest someone back without feeling like a pushover after they hurt me? You're not a pushover if you decide they've changed. You're a pushover if you keep replaying the version of them who hurt you. If you want them back, own it. But don't romanticize the pain. Affirm, they've changed. I'm loved and respected now. And don't let old hurt lead the story you're trying to rewrite. 16. If I affirm or revise for a better version of my person, what happens to the old version? Do I pretend nothing bad happened? Yes. That old version no longer exists, unless you keep reviving it in your mind. Assume this is who he is now. You don't need to fake anything. Just think, speak, and respond from the new story. 17. How do I know I'm on the right track? Is it a choice? And should I ever check in to see if I'm doing it right? Yes, it's a choice. You're on the right track the moment you decide it's done. And no, there's no deadline to check. Your only job is to keep choosing the end. Daily, relentlessly. That's what alignment looks like. 18. Do you recommend certain music or movies to build self-concept? Sure, if it makes you feel powerful, soft, magnetic, or like that girl. 19. Can daydreaming be used to manifest? Yes, 100%. Daydreaming is free visualization. If it feels natural and done in your mind, it's planting a seed. Just make sure you're daydreaming from the end, not from lack or fantasy. Feel it like it's real, and it will harden into fact. 20. My dad is controlling and ruins my relationships. He talks badly about me and people believe him. How do I fix this? You rewrite his role in your life. Now. Affirm, my dad respects me and trusts my decisions. Everyone sees me through my own self-concept, not his words. His opinion only affects your life if you let it dominate your story. Take your power back. In your mind first, then the 3D will follow. 21. I just found out people on Snapchat make $50,000 a day posting. What assumptions do they have? Probably something like, I get paid just for being me. My content is magnetic. Money flows to me in wild and unexpected ways. They're not sitting around asking, is this realistic? They're just deciding it's normal. And that's exactly why it keeps happening. 22. Shelley Bullard says, if you say something is inevitable, it must manifest. Do you agree? Yes, 100%. Inevitable is powerful. It means you're not hoping, you're deciding. Affirm, it's inevitable, I'll be rich. It's inevitable, I'll be in a dream relationship. Say it like it's boring, like it's done. That's how you lock it in. 23. I joked about moving to London and a guy set up an interview, but now he ghosted. I told everyone I'm moving and feel stupid. What do I affirm? First, you're not stupid. You're powerful. You got movement from a joke. So stop spiraling and lock in the end result. I live in London. Everything always lines up for me. The right opportunity is already mine. Forget how it happens. Your job is to persist in the fact that it's done. 24. I've been affirming my SP and I have always been together. But we broke up 5 to 6 years ago. Does that work? Yes. Time doesn't matter. Memory doesn't matter. Your current assumption replaces the old story. If you say, we've always been together, the 3D has to catch up. Assume it and don't flinch. 25. How do I manifest a social life where I have friends and they always ask me to hang out? Affirm, I'm everyone's favorite person. People always invite me out. Also, be the version of you who assumes she's magnetic socially. Munchies died true. 26. I've been mistreated my whole life. How do I revise that through affirmations? You don't keep reliving the story, you decide a new one. But instead of just repeating random affirmations, ask yourself, if I had always been loved and respected, what would I believe about myself now? Your subconscious knows what's natural to you, that's what sticks. So speak from the version of you who's never been mistreated, and watch the past lose its grip. 27. How can I manifest free Starbucks every day? You don't manifest free coffee by begging for it. You manifest it by deciding it's normal. Ask yourself, if I always got free Starbucks, what would I assume about my life? Maybe it's, I'm lucky. People love treating me. Little luxuries always show up for me. That's your job. Create the version of you who just expects it. 28. How are you always traveling? I want that too, but I don't have money and I don't want my dad to pay. Because I decided travel was part of my identity, not something I had to earn. Money didn't come first. The decision did. So stop looking at your current bank account. Ask, if I were always traveling, what would I think? What would I assume about my life? Then start moving from that version of you and let reality catch up. 29. My dad keeps downplaying me and wants me applying for jobs way below what I'm worth. What do? You stop letting his opinion define your value. Ask yourself, if I knew I was overqualified and valuable, what would I be thinking right now? That's your new internal script. You can love your parents and still refuse to shrink for them. Your self-concept gets the final say, not their projections. 30. How do I manifest getting rid of chin hair? I'm so embarrassed, especially thinking about guys seeing it. This is about self-concept, not just hair. If you keep affirming from shame, you're just reinforcing the belief that it's a problem. Ask yourself, if I didn't care about this at all, what would I assume about myself? Stop imagining worst-case hookup scenarios. Start shifting your identity to someone who feels beautiful, confident, and effortless, no matter what. The hair changes when your story about it changes. 31. I turned 30 this year, and TikTok keeps showing me women who are 39 and single. I'm terrified of ending up alone. How do I manifest love? TikTok isn't a prophecy. It's your algorithm. You're not late. You're not behind. But you are letting fear set the tone. Instead of spiraling, ask, if I knew I'd meet the love of my life this year, how would I feel? What would I stop worrying about? That's the version of you who gets into the relationship, not the one panicking at 29. Number 32. Is listening to affirmation tapes while asleep effective? It can be, if it feels natural and you're not relying on it to do the work for you. But here's the truth. Methods only work if you believe they work. Affirmation tapes, visualizing, scripting, they're just tools. You are the power behind them. Your subconscious responds best to what feels personal and real. So use whatever method helps you think and feel like the version of you who already has it. But don't idolize the technique. You're the one assigning the meaning. The method doesn't manifest. You do. 33. How do you maintain the relationship after manifesting your SP? I go more in depth in this on my How I Manifested 2 SPs YouTube video, but overall you stay in the same mindset you had when they came in. You're chosen. You're secure. You're the prize. Don't fall back into fear. Don't start reacting to the 3D again. Ask yourself, if I already believed I was loved and secure, how would I show up? That's how you maintain it, from the inside out. 34. Can I date other people while manifesting my SP back? Yes. If you're not doing it out of lack or revenge, if dating other people helps you embody the version of you who's desired and pursued, go for it. But don't use it to avoid your work, or to try and get a reaction. Ask yourself, does this support the version of me who already has the love I want? That's your answer. 35. What are the best inner conversations to have when manifesting a person? The best inner conversations are the ones that reflect the version of you who already has what you want. You're not begging, you're not hoping, you're not trying, you're casually thinking from the end. So ask, if we were already together, what would they be saying to me? Stuff like, I can't stop thinking about you. I'm so lucky to have you. I love being with you. Keep it natural, specific to your dynamic, and most importantly, consistent. It's not about scripting the perfect line. It's about creating a new normal in your mind. You don't need a long list. You just need believable repetition. One simple thought, repeated like it's real, changes everything. All right, babes, that's it for this round of questions. And if yours wasn't answered yet, don't worry, I've got more videos coming. Remember, it's never about doing it perfectly. It's about persisting in the version of you who already has it, over and over until it's your new normal. If this video helped, like, comment, and subscribe, and drop your questions in the link below for the next Q&A below. I read every single one. I just try to avoid repetitive ones. And above all, stop over-complicating it. You're not waiting, you're not begging, you're deciding. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.